Anyways, hey everyone, I'm Swordsman Kirby,
I'm Dan.
and we'll be doing a Tilt and Tumble Any Race. As you can see, this is a Game Boy Color game. So we've got a Game Boy player, and since this is a motion-controlled game, we have to move the GameCube around just to be able to control. But in addition to that, we've actually got two different controller setups. As you can see, I've got a SNES controller taped to my GameCube, while Dan has a little bit off screen two GameCube controllers plugged in. Is that right?
Yeah. So I have one that's just sitting on my desk that I'll be using for soft resetting because it's a little bit hard to press a bunch of buttons with my feet, which is where my other controller will be. And I'll be using that one for jumping and camera manipulation.
Yeah. So, Cherry, should we count it down? Or okay, all right. So, all right, Dan, you want to count down?
Sure. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
Alright, so there's not really a whole lot in the first level, so basically a couple things is there's two different types of jumps in this game. So you'll see us jump in the holes, that's using the A button, and you'll also see us just do a flip jump, and that's just based on gravity. There's one trick that I'll be going for in this stage, where normally before you can flip jump, you have to bounce a little bit, but if you land on that wall right there, you can actually jump immediately. There's actually a lot of like tech in this game, which you might not expect from a meme game like this, but we've actually done quite a bit of work on this over the years.
Everyone thinks it's a meme game, but we take it pretty seriously.
Yeah.
So in 1-2, you get introduced to the flying mechanic. The main idea here is that once you touch one of these balloons, there's like a 15-second timer that counts down, and there's no way to really make it go quicker or anything like that. So basically, what you want to optimize is the last, like picking up the last balloon as early as possible. And you're gonna see, yeah, you're gonna go for the UFO strat.
Yeah, I'm doing UFO.
So Dan's doing a harder strat where he gets a balloon earlier than I do. So I hope you'll be able to save a little bit of time.
Probably not. It was kind of bad. The thing about the UFO is you want to shoot it as early as possible, but then you have to wait a little bit, otherwise you won't make it to the end. And I think I waited a little bit too long.
Right, I just got one up. So the the main idea behind this goal game is that you want to land close to the center, so that Kirby spends as little time rolling to the center as possible. But you don't want to land right on the center because it'll play the sound effect that causes the end of the level to trigger later.
I died there, dude. Okay.
What happened?
I missed the cloud platform.
Oh.
I did my camera manipulation early, and I didn't
Oh, you did the camera.
Yeah, I didn't realize that would make me miss.
Yeah, well, we'll see a little later on. Using the camera, the controlling of the D-pad, allows things to spawn at different times, so you can get like an earlier cycle if you do something like that.
Yeah.
So, I like to say that Tilt and Tumble is the best Mario game because the way that the levels are laid out, there's 8 worlds. 4 levels each, and the 4th level in each of them is a castle level. So there's going to be a boss at the end of each world. There's a little bit of optimization you can do with crashing into breakable blocks. If you do it out of a jump, you don't get that recoil, and also if you collide with 2 blocks at the same time, you also cancel that recoil.
Landed in tutorial hole.
Alright, so this is the first boss, the first orb observer. The idea behind each of these bosses is that you actually first want to take a death. If you see the countdown timer on the bottom right, I was at like 900 something, and then after I take this death, I'm actually down to 100. And like games like, I don't know, Guest always talked about Castlevania, but that countdown is really, really long, so it's a good idea to take the death. It takes some time to set it up, but it's worth it because counting down from 900 is really, really slow.
I actually skipped the death because I took the death earlier in 1-3, which meant my count was already a bit lower.
Yeah, so the more, like, starting a level and then also going through those checkpoints causes the timer to go up. And it doesn't reset until you get until you finish the world entirely. So at the end of the boss, you do a soft reset. There is a Kirby dance that plays that you can actually just skip. But even then, there's also this like the next world opening up animation. So overall, it saves like I guess like 5 to 6 seconds each time you get the chance to soft reset. Funny thing about the Japanese version, we're both playing the Japanese version. Going through the title screen is a little bit faster because the voice clip that they use for Koro Koro Kirby is like half a second shorter than Kirby Tilt'n'Tumble. So a little bit of a time save there.
Yeah. Yeah, apologies for skipping Kirby Dance, but it is faster.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
So 2-2 is another big reason that we play on Japanese. So there's a dice roll in this level where it can either land red, blue, or gray. So the red and blue are the two different paths, and gray is just a no roll, or you'll have to roll it again. And in Japanese, there's a trick you can do where you can always get the red path, which is the desired path. On English, sometimes you just get unlucky, and you'll just have to sit there for however long it wants you to.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how it works, but it's some kind of like spawn manipulation, I guess, like rolling the dice before the red gate spawns or something like that. But
and in the English version, they actually changed the layout of the level to move where the dice is at, and we're not sure if it's because of that or if it's because of possible clipping that you can do in the Japanese version. It's not useful, but you can clip into the wall slightly.
So 2-3, you'll start to see a lot of different camera tricks with causing these cloud platforms or Gordos to spawn earlier or later.
Okay, I'm dead, yeah. I shouldn't have gone for it.
Did you go for the jump?
Well, I got the jump, but I missed the cloud platform.
Oh, I see. Yeah, one other key difference between the English version and the Japanese version is that for some of these earlier levels, the English version allows you to actually tilt the GameCube to make the cloud platforms move faster, while in the Japanese version they're all the same speed. So Dan tried going for a trick that essentially allowed him to save a little bit of a cycle.
Yeah, I like to call this level the Makoto Shinkai level, because I have to use my feet a lot. Because there's camera manipulation at the beginning to save Cloud Cycle, and there's camera manipulation at the end to skip from going around. Yeah, about this being bad for the console, there are various points where it will just start to freak out a little bit, and it heats up a bit, and
yeah, but one nice thing is that the disc is no longer needed once the Game Boy player software boots up. So at least that part is okay. I mean, both playing without the disc inside. Alright, so for this boss, the previous Orb Observer, you had to sort of kite it around a little bit because it had a fixed amount of time for coming back to being vulnerable again. This one, if you do a shake jump as it's landing, it actually skips like most of the jumping animation for whatever reason. Yeah, one little note about the end of this fight, we have this camera angle here so that it goes off screen as quickly as possible.
There's also another sort of slight thing with this boss where if it lands closer to where it was in its previous attack, it'll land earlier. So like, if you get it to drop in the same spot every time, you actually save a little bit of time because it won't have to go back to its position after you flip it. Just a really small time save.
Alright. So we're both on, I think you just finished World 2 boss?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're both on the warp section. So we start off in 3-1, take a warp to 6-1, and then take a warp to 8-1. So in 6-1 you'll see Dan, I take different paths. I take the right path because that's just the one I learned, but Dan somewhat recently figured out that the left path is not like any more difficult and also faster.
Yeah, so the big difference with the left path is there's a trick you can get. I actually got the short version of it, where you can jump in the hole with the hole guy, I don't know his name. But you can jump in there before he goes down, and sometimes when you do it, you'll also get super speed. And if you get super speed, it's impossible to carry it through the right side, but you can carry it through the left side, which is the main reason for going that way.
Dang, left side and the whole jump.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised I got the whole jump. I haven't been getting that in practice. World 8 is kind of like a gauntlet. There's a lot of tight squeezes and such. And lots of, like, stuff that looks very simple, but really not in 8.3 specifically.
I guess 8-1 you always get the medium animation. During the save screen, there's different animations that Kirby can have, like coming in and leaving the screen. That depends on what your current timer is. Whoa, I died.
Nice.
8-2.
Coming back. Oh, did you die at the end?
No, I died at the first right path.
I think that means I'm ahead. Or at least we're probably close.
I just finished. I just
Raise people.
got to the checkpoint. What about you?
I'm just past the checkpoint.
Alright.
You better believe I'm still going for the fast strat.
I would have died if I went for the fast strat.
SK goes for a strategy there, where you flip the flipper before jumping. Which just makes it safer, because if you do it the way I do it, and you don't jump far enough to the left, you get bumped to the middle and fall in the hole.
Yeah, so the shake jump not only is used for jumping, but can switch different things in the actual stage.
This is the hardest part of the game, by the way.
Yeah.
Just holding the right direction on these jumps. For example, I went up left, and I barely saved it on the last one.
Yeah, 8-3 is a very long auto-scroller, so we take this bonus area that sends us closer to the end of the stage. Alright, so now this ends in a flying section, and these flight balloons spelled GG.
Yeah.
But
so
here,
I'm gonna go for a strategy here where I'm gonna grab this balloon at about 3 seconds just to set up my timing, because normally you have to grab the last balloon, which is a bit slow. But there's a way to skip it. I'll be going for it.
yeah, I'm gonna go for it as well.
Oh, you're going for it. Oh, I clipped! Dude, this race is over. So
I clipped as well!
Have you died yet?
Yeah, I
So
died.
I'm still up in the air. So that's the big risk you take. It's that you can clip in between the Gordos, and then weird stuff happens.
Did you finish the stage?
No. I was just like, I was stuck in the middle, still bouncing up.
Yeah, this is a Japanese only glitch.
So it saves about, like, what was it, 3 seconds?
3 seconds, yeah.
And if you lose it, obviously it runs over.
Alright.
At the level of, like, world record in this game, you kind of have to go for it.
Yeah.
So if you do it right, you just sort of get launched into the air. The way it works is that when you run into Gordos after running out of air on the Japanese version, they'll send you upward. So if you squeeze into a corner between two of the Gordos, they'll just send you upward over and over again. So you basically just get a big jump.
Yeah, normally if you grab the last balloon, as you saw on my screen, you end up waiting on top of the goal game, waiting for the air to run out.
Oh no, I can hear where you're at. Pretty much my only hope now is that he misses DDD stun lock and I get it. Oh, never mind, I'm just gonna lose anyways. Because I can't get over this bumper. Okay. I should have used camera manipulation.
Yeah, without it you have like just enough time to get the triple jump off. Alright, let's see, DD. So I go for what I call the training wheels stunlock, where I lean against the left wall. But with good timing, you can just keep DD stunned like that. Alright, I decided not to go for the death abuse at the end here because I took a death earlier.
Also. I had it and then I blew it. Okay.
Alright, so
luckily I'm pretty good at fighting DDD without it, so...
Yeah. Time is coming up for me when this text fades out.
Okay, I lied. I'm really bad
And
at fighting
time.
DDD without it.
Yeah, if you don't get the stun lock, the fight is just horrible.
I still got the 1 cycle. Oh, that was a terrible run. For both of us, I think.
Yeah, we shouldn't have gone for the clip. Or gone for the balloon skip.
I mean, I'm always gonna go for balloon skip though.
Yeah.
I'd rather show it off and miss it than...
Fair enough, yeah.